was about to say good morning, YouTube, but it's afternoon. So good afternoon, YouTube. I hope you all having a wonderful day. If you don't know how these videos go, I read a page in the Bible and I read what has resonated with me. Some days I read the whole page. Some days I just read some verses. The second part of the video, it will be me talking about the quotes that I've written down from Wes Watson that I've enjoyed, and John Mark Stevenson, and a little bit of trading quotes that I've enjoyed as well from TJR. TGR. And then the third segment is me teaching and trying to explain to the best of my abilities the notes, 5 pages of notes from my trading, for my trading journal. And then after that, I talk about what is going on in my life, I guess personal development journey, etc. So, yeah. So on to the first clip. All right, this is coming from Proverbs. Forsake lust, my son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, and thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But her end is as bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way from her, and come not nigh the door of her house, lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth, and thy laborers be in the house of a stranger, and thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and thy heart despised reproof, and have obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. I was almost in all evil in the midst of the congregation and assembly. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger? For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. With his own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray. It's basically just, to me, it's basically getting at how you should be with only one woman, and that you should not trust women that come into your life. Or that's basically what I get from it. I'm not going to go even deeper into it with my thoughts, because some people might agree with me. I lay it out there. What you take from it, you take from it. Alright, on to the next clip. Alright, here's the second segment. Take more pride in the consistency rather than the results. Never feel pressure to take a trade. How do you do anything is how you do everything. If you live a hard life, life will be easy. I believe that you should have a 90% purpose, 10% lifestyle. People say purpose over pleasure, but I believe the purpose is the pleasure. Quotes are the wisdom of the ages. If you want it, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. Through repetition, we gain strength. Repetition is strength. In order to be a disciplined trader, you must be a disciplined person in your life first. There are 2 ways to exercise strength in this life, either pushing people down or either lifting others up. If we lift others up, we will make we'll make it much further in life. You get to know yourself through accountability and pain. Redirect your pain into something positive, or the pain will eat you up. Don't follow money, follow your vision. The man that has the most wisdom is the man that has made the most amount of mistakes. I take pride in waking up early consistently. When I learned, the role models are the ones who enact change. Wes Watson is in flow state when he is just getting everything that has worked for him. Fatigue is the best pillow. What you feel what the world is withholding from you is what you are withholding from the world. Screw chasing success. Seek to be valuable, and success will chase you. Discomfort should be your green light. What is hard is almost always what is the right thing to do. The world is not as it is, the world is as you are. Results come from doing hard work consistently. Trading is long term. Focus on building the skill and everything else will come with it. When you are learning a new skill, you need to put all your eggs in one basket because you need to, instead of putting all your eggs in multiple baskets like learning drop shipping, learning e-commerce, learning real estate, whenever you focus all your attention into one skill, you will make it much further in that one skill and become successful at that one skill a lot faster. And then the next thing is learn one skill at a time and master it, and then you can move it on to the next. You know, it says put all your eggs in one basket when learning a skill, but the main when I heard this, I thought about investing and how you should not put all your eggs in one basket because investing you can invest put all your money into one investment, and then all of a sudden something like that company might crash or something stupid, right? So why you should minimize risk by putting your eggs in multiple baskets when it comes to investing. And skills, when learning a skill, you should put all your eggs in one basket. You you ain't got an addiction problem, you have a discipline problem. Fancy fails and simple skills. How you do anything is how you do everything. Inaction creates fear and doubt. The sacrifice creates the paradise. Gratitude kicks down the door to infinite intelligence. Pros operate from commitment, amateurs operate from feelers. Confidence, that's the only quote that I don't really understand, is this one out of all of them that I've read this entire time and that I've written down. Pros operate from commitment, amateurs operate from feelers. That one is very interesting to me. Maybe I just need to spend a little bit more time like thinking about that one. Confidence is the byproduct of consistent implementation. Gratitude opens the door to infinite intelligence. Create the man that you admire most and give that man to the world. How can you show up for yourself or your job every single day, but you can't even show up for yourself? The only way to grow is through failure. If you ever feel the slightest urge or reason to not take a trade, do not take that trade. Do not fall for FOMO. And what FOMO means is fear of missing out. If there is no struggle, there is no growth. Your body is a vessel to better the mind. I believe that your body is a physical representation of your mind. Never make the same mistake twice. Learn from your mistakes. Acquire what you admire. To know what not to do is not to know. Growth is when you are constantly looking at what we are doing wrong. Growth is not linear. Always put your take profit at the closed candle and not the wick. A goal without a plan is just a desire. You don't need to be great to start, but you need to start to be great. Life is not about appearing and acquiring. Life is about being and becoming. Your frequency is what you frequently see. Take more pride in the steps rather than results. During times of adversity and discomfort, a conscious man becomes more conscious. I'm going to read this again because this is the last last two quotes, but it's basically the same thing. During times of adversity and discomfort, a conscious man becomes more conscious. During times of adversity and discomfort, a unconscious man becomes more unconscious. And what it means by the unconscious man becomes more conscious is that whenever people that don't know how to deal with problems, they end up just giving into their vices, alcohol, weed, nicotine, etc. That's just the first ones that come into my head because that was the guy that I was listening to making his examples. Instead of dealing with their own problems on their own with their own mind, even though their mind is definitely powerful enough, they give in to stuff that is going to help them get rid of it. Think about all the prisoners that those are people that gave in to drugs the most, the bad, unhealthy lifestyle the most. And think about how they went to prison and they couldn't get their hands on any of that stuff, right? So they had to deal with being in the cell with their own mind. They can't go back into their old lifestyle. That's only them in their mind. So I think that's really interesting because that was the guy that I listened to. That was an example that he gave off of. So on to the next segment. Alright, I say this every single time before I get into this part. I would try my absolute best to teach and explain what I'm talking about. Even if you're a person that has never heard about trading or anything about trading. it's a lot of explaining because I've already explained a lot of this over and over and over in my previous videos, but I just have to do it because it is instilling it in my brain. And if there's a new person that clicks on this video that has no clue anything about trading, I would try my best to explain it. Alright, strategy creation part 3. Okay, so what this is about, the strategy creation is it's just creating your strategy. When you go into the market and you don't know what to do, you're going to lose, right? But if you have a strategy, that automatically increases your probability and chances of winning. Okay, so this is the steps of the strategy creation part 3 that I've written down. Okay, so number 1 is on the 4-hour trend. Okay, we're only trading from in session, which is where money is moving the most, where the market is most volatile, because orders, no, the company, the banks, no, like New York, Wolf of Wall Street, wherever they, I forget what it's even called, but I don't know what it's called. Wherever they're entering people's orders at in the stocks, that is what is moving the market. So at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whenever all the workers that come to fill the orders for all the people overnight, that's whenever they're putting it all in at the same time. So whenever all the orders are starting to get filled, that's whenever the market is the most volatile. So we are looking on the 4-hour trend from 8 a.m. where the orders are starting to get put in to 12 a.m. That is our section. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are looking what trend is price on. Is price breaking lows or is price breaking highs? If price is breaking highs, we are looking for buys. If price is breaking lows, we are looking for sales. Okay, so what is the bias for that day before we get into the trading day? And then we'll take a trade based off of that, based off of the bias. Okay, and then the 4-hour time frame is just all the movement, all the orders that were being put in, all the movement that was made within that 4-hour time frame. Okay, and it's the same thing with any other time frame. So step 2 is on the 2-hour trend, no, on the 1-hour trend, determine what time frame we scale to. If it's in line with the 4-hour, if it's on the exact same trend as the 4-hour, we scale down to the 5-minute time frame. And if it's not on the same trend and the same bias as the 4-hour, we scale down to the 15-minute time frame, because higher time frame equals higher power. And okay, so okay, alright, for the third step, we need a high time frame liquidity sweep, or either a 1-hour or 4-hour liquidity sweep. Okay, so what a liquidity sweep is, so whenever I or anyone takes a trade in the market, they put when price is on an uptrend, make it higher highs and higher lows, price will come up, right? Highs, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. When price is here and it's from about 9 a.m. and then we're looking on the 4-hour or 1-hour trend, whenever price comes back below this low, okay, and people are already entering their stop loss, they're putting their stop loss here, so all their money is here, price will come down, stop these people out, put more money into the market, and the sweep liquidity, okay, and money is liquidity, so we'll sweep liquidity here and then continue back up. And the way that we enter when after price sweeps liquidity, okay, and then price has a break of structure. So on the small time frame, price will make lower highs and lower lows before price even passes this high. So we enter whenever price sweeps liquidity here, higher high, higher low, higher high, and breaks this high. So price is continuing up, and that is when we enter for our strategy. And that's what a liquidity sweep is. And a break of structure is whenever price is continuously breaking highs, or breaking highs on an uptrend and breaking lows on a downtrend. And we always want to trade with the trend, so we can increase our probability or chances of trading. Scale to whatever time frame the 1 hour lets us and look for a break of structure, and then third confluence. And okay, so I haven't talked about this yet. Scale to whatever time frame the 1 hour lets us, and so what it means by the 1 hour lets us is either the 5 minute, if the 1 hour time trend, the 1 hour time frame trend is in line with the 4 hour, we scale down to the 5 minute. If the 4 hour and 1 hour time frames are not in alignment, then we scale down to the 15-minute time frame. So scale to whatever time frame the 1 hour lets us and look for a break of structure. I already talked about the break of structure. If price is breaking highs, then we're looking for, if price is on the uptrend, we're looking for price to continue breaking highs. If price is on the downtrend, we're continuously looking for price to break lows. And then on the third confluence, okay, so this is our tool, this is our entry strategy. After price has had a liquidity sweep and a break of structure, we need something extra to even give us more confirmation that this is a good buy or sell to take. Okay, so what we use is four tools that we have to help us enter in, okay, to make sure that prices fill in orders. Okay, so we have an order block, we have a fair value gap, and we have a breaker block or equilibrium. And all of these are basically they're different tools that you can Spotify. They're different areas that you can spot in the market. So and the more that you have in the same area around the liquidity sweep and the break of structure, the better. And after the liquidity sweep and then after the break of structure, that's whenever we start looking for confluences in the area of the break of structure, between the break of structure and the liquidity sweep. So whenever price, if price is on an uptrend, okay, and then price breaks wicks these lows, okay, fills orders, price will start to go back up, and then price will come back down, fill more orders in the area where the liquidity sweep was happened at, and then continue up. And in this area of the liquidity sweep, we will have a confluence, at least one confluence every single time. And whenever price passes through that confluence and passes out and has a closed candle out of that confluence, that is where we enter. I'm not going to explain every single one of these confluences right now, okay, but they're essentially a similar thing. It just identifies where the orders were filled at. And what I mean by the orders were filled, I kind of already explained that with the banks and when they put it in, because this is that we're trading at the time where orders should be filled at, and we understand where is the start of the trend. Once the third confluence, and keep in mind the third confluence is after the break of structure, after the liquidity sweep, after the break of structure, and then for the third confluence is one of the four tools that we have, which are the breaker block, order block, fair value gap, and equilibrium. Once the third confluence gets hit, if we are on the 5-minute time frame, we can scale into the 1-minute time frame and wait for a break of structure to enter. If we are on the 15-minute time frame, we can scale down to the 5-minute time frame to enter off a break of structure. Like, you can look on the daily, or I'll just keep it simple, the 4-hour time frame, and there's it's just one candle within 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, okay, so that's 4 hours. It's just one candle. But if you can scale down to a lower time frame, you can see everything that is happening in that one candle. So you can scale down to the 1 minute, and then all of a sudden there's 121 minutes, okay, there's 121 minutes in that 4 hour. So you're seeing multiple break of structures, but you're only looking for the break of structure on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, the 1 minute, 5 minute on the lower time frame, whenever after price has already given you a liquidity sweep. Stop losses. This is what stop losses are. Whenever you place a trade and you enter into a trade. So after we follow the strategy, which is the liquidity sweep, the break of structure, and then price enters our third confluence, whenever we are actually ready to take a trade, we've seen our setup, we've seen everything happen that we're looking for, then we enter, okay? So whenever we enter, let's say our account is $1,000, right? Okay, we want to have good risk management. We don't want to overextend the amount that we are leveraging, or we don't want to over leverage or over risk. So we only risk 1 to 3% of our account. So what's 1%? of 1,000. So I believe that's only $10. Okay. I believe that's only $10. So we only risk $10 if we're risking 1% of $1,000 account. Okay. So we put our stop loss preferably at a low. Okay, we put it at a low because price is already having a break structure and continuing the trend that we're looking for. Okay, and price comes down. We place a low. We place our stop loss at a low or underneath a low. Okay, because price should not come down there because price is on an uptrend. Okay. We want to put our stop loss where our bias and our trade is invalid, because if we do not want to lose more money than we have to whenever we trade. We do not want to lose more money than we have to whenever we trade. So we put our stop loss whenever price is invalid. So as soon as it hits that point, we're automatically we lost the trade. So we want to put our stop loss whenever price is invalidated. Okay, so we don't want to put our stop loss like massively low, and then our trade is incorrect, and then it ends up going to that stop loss, and we end up losing more than $10. So stop losses marks a price point that makes our trade invalid. What is this? What is this word? FT stops us. Stops us from losing a lot of money. Stop losses makes us practice risk management. We use them so we don't lose a lot of money because it identifies a price where our trade idea is invalidated. Stop loss should be over the liquidity sweep. Move your stop loss lower above the lower highs after the last break of structure if risk to reward is bad. So after I talk about a liquidity sweep, okay, price sweeps liquidity and then continues back up. We look for a break structure, then we look for a third confluence, and then it continues back up. Okay, so we want to put our stop loss where the liquidity sweep is at. But if we have to risk more than we are willing to risk, we look for the low. If we're in an uptrend, we look for the low after the third confluence. After the third confluence where orders get filled at again and then continues back up, we look for that low. After the third confluence is after we execute that area that we execute, the last low that was made, where we believe that orders got filled again. No shot. No way. Was that just one page that I just read? I guess so. Alright. The three places that you can put your stop loss: a liquidity sweep, above high in the third confluence. I guess if we're in the uptrend, it's the third. It's above the low. No, it's below the low in the third confluence. And below the confluence itself, if you're in an uptrend. Take profits. TJR places multiple take profits. He places them in areas of confluences that can possibly change the direction of the market, and never ever move your original take profit. Your confluences are areas where price is most likely going to it increases the chances of price having a reaction there or changing directions there. So he puts his take profits in areas below or above before the confluences get hit. So he knows that price is most likely going to end up hitting that confluence and end up having a change in direction. So that's whenever he places his take profits, and he places multiple of them. And also, you always want to take profit as soon as you possibly can. No, don't take that advice. That's the only don't. Whatever I just said there, do not take that advice. Take profit points, which are liquidity order blocks, because you can have multiple liquidity sweeps, and liquidity sweep can be any type of low or high. That's why we're looking off of the 1 hour and the 4 hour. for our main liquidity sweep for the trading day. And TP points, take profit points are liquidity, breaker blocks, fair value gaps, order blocks, and equilibrium. TGR sets his TPs based off of the 1 hour and 1 hour and 4 hour time frames. I did not know that. Holy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna end it there. Okay. That was. I'm not even. I still have to read 3 more pages in order for it to be considered 5 pages, but I'm already way past what I should be for the daily time. So yeah, that was a lot of reading and a lot of explaining. I hope y'all, if y'all have any questions, I would be happy to help you. Alright, here's the last clip. Hope y'all having a wonderful day. Holy crap. Okay, alright, so I'm not the one to make excuses, but I guess this is considered an excuse. But I thought it would be wise. I'll get into it before I actually say it. So, for the past 3 days, I have been basically doing an HELL week, okay? So, you know how they do it in boot camps, whatever. So, or the military. So, I have been at my friend's house, and we always train crazy, okay? So, I wish I had it on a piece of paper so I could just read exactly what we did. But yesterday, I walked/ran 24 miles, I believe. It was 24 miles. And before that, I did a day where I did 300 decline push-ups, 200 squats, 1,000 abs, so 500 crunches, 500 crunches, 500 sit-ups. And for the first set of sit-ups, you had to do 150, or you had to do 5 sprints. And then for the last set of crunches, which was the last thing I had to do for that day, I did 251 crunches straight. And then before that, we had to do 15 110 meter sprints. Okay, so that was the second day. For the first day, we did 300 push-ups, we did 300 squats, and we did 300 crunches. And then we also did 100. We did 100 laps around his house, which is 5 miles, I believe. If I'm doing the calculations right, I believe that's 5 miles. And we also did 100 chin-ups. So that's all the stuff that I've done for the past 3 days. And I woke up this morning with only having, not last night. I got a good amount of sleep last night, which I'm going to get into that. And then night before that, I only got 6 or 7. And then night before that, I only got 4 or 5, I believe. So I haven't been getting a lot of sleep, and I've also been pushing my body to absolute extremes that it's definitely not used to. But my mind has been growing a lot. And every single day for the past, ever since I started this journey, personal development, I've been waking up at 6:17 consistently. I woke up at 6:17 this morning, right, and my body just felt absolutely thrashed, and it's been going through a lot recently, and today is supposed to be a rest day. It's about the only rest day we're getting, just because our bodies are in so much pain, me and him. And so I woke up at 6:17, and I felt wide awake. I could have definitely went through the pain. I'm going through the pain right now. I'm chilling, but I thought it would be more valuable for me and my body to go to sleep, and whatever time I wake up is whatever time I wake up. I was fine with giving up the hard work that I could have done for that day, which I'm still doing a lot of stuff today. I'm still gonna do my to-do list that I've written down, right? But I was willing to give up extra work for extra sleep so I could properly recover my body. And I was wide awake at 6:17, and I made that decision. I made that decision. I said, that is, whenever you sleep, that is the only time, or the main time, that your body recovers, and it's extremely important. So, since today was supposed to be considered a rest day, and I'm sorry if y'all get upset at me because I didn't commit to my morning wake up, for one day. It's only one day, um, just so I can let my body recover properly. So, so yeah, I got plenty of sleep. I feel very hydrated, and I'm about to go get some food shortly. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, my personal development journey. I haven't been working on my trading like I should be, just because I've been like all that stuff that I said that I was doing for the past 3 days. I still haven't done like back testing and studying every single day consistently, but just not as much as I would like. I've still been making these videos consistently every single day, but just going over there to my friend's house and doing those workouts, they take so long. So long. They literally take all day. That 24 miles, we started at 10:30. We started at exactly at 10:30, and then we did not get done till literally 8:55 at night. So we was walking all day. So yeah, I'm gonna have more time this week to be able to focus on personal development. So in trading in general, not even really necessarily personal development. I kind of wanna get away from that, even though this is what this is. But I want this to just be a part of my life now, and just what my life is. But that is what it's called. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you watched to the end, I appreciate you. If you didn't, that's completely okay. I still love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for subscribing. We've already gained 3 subscribers within 14 days, which that might not seem like a lot, but to me, 1 subscriber means a lot. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. I hope y'all have a beautiful day, and make sure you get after it today. I feel like I should leave a quote. What's the quote that comes to my head first? The work instills the worth in you. You have a beautiful day. Thank you. And you only grow through pain and adversity. Only time you grow. If you are in comfort throughout your entire day, all the time, you are not growing. You are either growing or you are dying. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.